It's time for Lion Athletics on your new home for Baxter Springs High School sports, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by It's time for Baxter Springs.
And welcome out to Baxter Springs, Kansas. On Baxter Springs Sports Live tonight, your Lions will face off against the St. Mary's Colgan Panthers. Their last attempt against the Colgan Panthers resulted in a travesty, an 81-6 loss where the Colgan Panthers would improve on their undefeated season and the Lions would continue their defeated season. They have one win so far this year down in the tournament in Roach, Oklahoma, but outside of the tournaments, they have not had a win on this regular season. They're looking to change that tonight. But more than that, they're just looking to improve on this season as many hopes have been lost on this team. They're looking for any sort of hope to move forward into sub-state so that they can play at a level that could potentially get them to state. We'll have to see how all that turns out. But first, I'd like to let you guys know that, of course, everything here is presented by WDM Williams Diversified Materials. Of course, we thank our sponsors always. I'm going to have to fix our frame issue here in a second. Obviously, we always have issues, I swear. It never could just go smoothly. You know what I mean?
No.
No, not at all.
I never know what you mean.
Exactly right. Well, I don't know if you guys could tell, but we're on the other side of the stadium tonight. Normally, we're over there on the visitor side. And you know what? Last game, we just got tired with all the people walking behind us, being in the way of old folks. You know, we don't like making them having to step up around us. So we decided that tonight we're going to set up over here on the media side, which is probably where we should have been all along, but that's neither here nor there. So we're setting up over here tonight. You're going to get a nice little view of the scores table. You're going to get a nice view of the Lion facing the correct way. And you're going to get a nice view of the game here on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Once again, I'd like to let you know that this entire presentation is brought to you by WDM Williams Diversified Materials. WDM is proud to support Baxter Springs Athletics and USD 508. Stop in and see WDM at 2903 Military or call 620-679-9810. Be sure to ask about the storage shed and U-Haul rental. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to transition right into the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. We got about 5 minutes until tip-off, so we'll be back here in just a few minutes. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some? Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. 1 in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org. At Spring River Mental Health and Wellness, they are focused on helping the mind and body. That's why they offer a full-service wellness center at the Riverton campus, equipped with a full basketball court and walking track, a variety of cardio equipment, functional fitness equipment, strength machines, and free weights. Members may access group fitness classes such as yoga, cardio, strength and tone, and more. Annual memberships and day passes are available, focusing on the mental and physical health of area families. That's Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more and for pricing, go to springriverwellness.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. We're going to adjust ourselves here just a little bit so that we can hear ourselves a little bit better. We're having some problems with audio, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to continue as is here in the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. Well, Sarah and I talked about some keys to the game here over the break and what we think these Lions have to do to win this game, and we both kind of agreed. We know it's going to be tough for them to win. So, Sarah, go ahead and give your take on that before we get started.
So like you said, this game is going to be, let's be honest, it's going to be really hard to win. The Colgan Panthers have really good players. They have Lily Brown, Jakayla Dalis, Palona Colon, and so many more. You just have to make this game a learning moment. You have to learn everything. Start getting that basketball IQ we've talked about earlier in the season, especially the boys. But the girls, since this is such a young team, they need to use this game to, gather some basketball IQ as well as not stupid fouls, making smart decisions, making smart scoring opportunities. As well as, I think they really just have to stop those three players I mentioned. Foul them, do whatever you can to not allow them to score this game, and you might have a chance.
That's right. The Colgan Panthers obviously are undefeated on this season so far. They are 14-0 in play, and our Baxter Springs Lions are currently 0-9. At least that's what they're listed on Max Prep, so we'll have to check that out. Obviously, we know it's going to be tough. The odds of winning are not ever in their favor. So we're going to need to obviously just learn from this tough opponent and be able to take it to your future years as a basketball player. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with starting lineups on Baxter Springs Sports.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Wolker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Wolker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-thru or local delivery with Wolker's Smart Cars. For seniors, Wolker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Wolker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at wolkerdrug.com.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. They're getting started with their starting lineups. So, Sarah, go ahead and give us a starting lineup of the St. Mary's Colgan Panthers.
For the Panthers, we have number 4, Lily Brown. Number 10, Palona Colon. Number 11, Mariah Harris. Number 22, Lainey Meek. And number 23, Jacqueline Davis.
Jakayla Davis, obviously a very good player for this team. Just a sophomore. That's why I said I got to take the Panthers every time. I basically grew up with
up until now.
In case anyone didn't know, I'm a distant relative to the Van Beeslers, so you throw a rock, you're gonna find someone I'm related to in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And Jakayla obviously being one of those. Long line, obviously very complicated, very how it goes, but she's just a sophomore, and she's going to run this game. So it's obviously scary, as she could work the floor so well just as a sophomore. Well, your starters for the Lady Lions, number 2, Maya Vestal, just a sophomore. Number 3, Kirsten Berggraf, also a sophomore. Number 10, Bella Weaver, the senior of the team. Number 11, Olivia Comer, a sophomore as well. And then number 22, Micah Adams, just a sophomore. Like we were saying before this is a very tough team. Obviously, odds of winning, not very high. However, the odds of learning from this game can go either way. It's depending on if you want to or not. And because this team is so young, 4 sophomores on the starting lineup, obviously it's a chance for all of them to learn and grow as they go throughout the years. St. Mary's Colgan Panthers not as fortunate on the age front. They do have Jacayla Davis, obviously, but the rest of their team, Lily Brown, senior, Palona Kalan, senior, Mariah Harris, junior, Lainey Meek, junior, and then Jacayla Davis, sophomore. So 2 of the studs of this team, Palona Kalan and Lily Brown, will be out the door next year, and the Panthers will find someone to take their place. Well, that is going to just about wrap up the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. We like to thank Route 66 Hardware, your trusted hardware store, which is located in Baxter Springs, serving the community with top quality tools, equipment, and supplies. Everything you need for the home, lawn, garden, and more can be found at Route 66 Hardware, 109 East 12th Street in Baxter Springs, or call 620-856-3300. Stop in and ask about the big changes coming soon. Getting started in the action. Of course, our camera keeps turning on and off. How it goes. Womp womp, right? I'm the one that set it up, too, so that's how it's going to roll.
And I'm not fixing it.
Yeah, I'm going to fix it as we go. I don't know why that moved the entire camera, but whatever. I'll fix it here in a second. But first, I'm going to comment on the game. Adams has a free run to the basket. Puts up the shot, no good. Brown comes down with the rebound. Kalan coming down quick for the Panthers. She stops on the corner. Pass back up to Brown. Now to Jacayla Davis. Davis over to Meek in the corner. Corner defense being played. They'll go down low to Brown, and she'll have an easy route to the basket. Well, I know what we need to do. I got it. See if that works. Probably won't. Plug it and plug it back in, right? Isn't that the solution to everything in this world?
It works 95% of the time.
Feels like it. That shot no good there from Berggraf. Not playing in the game tonight, Chloe Turley. She is sitting down for personal reasons. I think she was sick, but I'm not totally sure. That's at least what some people down at the scores table told me. Harris has it down low. She'll go up with the shot. No good. Brown there for the easy rebound and in. And we're going to have a quick timeout called by Coach Roberts. 6-0 the score here in the first quarter. Timeout called. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Welcome back right into the action here. As you can see, it worked. Plugging stuff back in always seems to work, and I don't know why. Really bothers me sometimes. You know, I understand from a level of it's just resetting the code and allows it to function more smoothly. But from a standpoint of I don't want to think like that, it bothers me that is how that works. They're going to call a foul on the floor. It'll be on... I believe they called it on number 22. That'll be Lainey Meek. That'll be her first team foul for the Panthers. Adams has it top. She's guarded by Davis. Pass off Weaver. Kalan guarding. They're running kind of a 2-3. Well, it looks like a 2-3, but more of a man zone. Mariah Harris roaming the middle. Berggraf will get it at the free throw line. Pass back out Weaver. Some interesting news from the basketball world today. They're going to say that one was tipped by Colgan, as Comer throws up the three, no good. Some interesting news is they've decided at the All-Star game that Steph Curry is going to participate in a head-to-head match in the three-point contest against Sabrina Ionescu, who is a WNBA star herself. So have one of the first, I believe the first at least televised, that is, match between a WNBA and an NBA star from a three-point competition. I'm actually really interested to see it because Steph Curry, obviously one of the greatest shooters of all time in the NBA, and Sabrina, likewise, in the WNBA. So we'll get to see how that all rolls. I'm actually really excited for it.
You know what also happened this weekend, Daryl?
What's that, Sarah?
The Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens.
I'd had a couple things that...
My thing is, there have been so many conspiracies that the Ravens and the 49ers were going to play. So the NFL scriptwriters had to change it up.
That's right. And the fact that announcer said at halftime that it was going to be a good comeback by the Ravens.
They were like, oh, you got to change it.
Yeah, they had to change it mid-run. So what I was trying to say is I've had a couple of things this week that have threatened to bring my mood down, threatened to make me a little unhappy. Obviously just slight inconveniences in this world. Stub your toe, door is locked when you go and open it, just those type of things. And it can't because the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm on a mountain that I can't climb down.
Until they lose.
We'll see about that. I also made $1 off a bet I made that they would go to the Super Bowl. So, hey.
You gotta hit that gambling addiction.
Yeah, I should have made the bet with my supervisor at work that they were going to do it, but instead I did not. Colon goes inside to Brown. She goes up with it and will get fouled. They're going to call the foul on Comer. That's her second. Yeah, that's very exciting news from the sports world. At least that's what's been going around. Not much doing here in the months of January, close to February. January's closing out. We're getting close to the end of basketball season. Got just about a month left. All the way to end of February. And then, of course, depending on if they go to state or not, I believe the sub-state is the 26th of February. So we'll have to see if the Lions make it a state. If so, we'll dip into March just a little bit. And we'll get to see the state tournament broadcast here live on Baxter Springs Sports Live. That's all ifs and buts of the future, however. As Weaver are going to hustle around and get that one back, and then it's poked out of bounds by Jacayla Davis. Good move by Davis to poke it out, as that's going to buy some time for the Lions to set up their offense, and it'll buy some time for the Panthers to get back on defense, not allow the easy layup. Emma Walker returned to the game. She's been absent the last few games, but is finally back on this roster. Looking to see good things out of her. She was a crucial part to the point scoring, actually. She hit a couple of threes for this team in that win over in Welch, Oklahoma. So that one's poked away. Panthers coming down the floor quickly. A little Euro step inside of Adams. And that shot from O'Brien is good. O'Brien, a junior on this team as well. Panthers have depth out the wazoo, as they're going to call a push foul there. It'll be on Adams. Davis and Adams hustling for the ball. And we're going to have a substitution here as well. Colon going to come in for Meek, and Brown going to take a seat. Harris will enter the game, re-enter the game, I should say, for her. On the floor for the Panthers, Palona Colon at the top of the key right now, passes off to Jacayla Davis. Working the free throw lines, Mariah Harris. Transferring down low to the block and back up to the wing now is Lauren O'Brien. And then down on the block, working up to the free throw line, is going to be number 15, Molly Sweezy. Davis pushes inside, gets shoved on the shot. Good no call. Let the kids play. Let them play. Cast throws up a shot, no good. Tries for the fadeaway. Rebounded by Sweezy. Colon takes it all the way up to the corner, elbow, down low to Harris. She'll do a little post move on Walker. Good defense by Walker. Doesn't allow the score. Davis at the top of the key. Inside O'Brien. O'Brien will go right into Walker, and now Harris has it down low, and she'll get fouled. So she'll get sent to the free throw line. It'll also be the 4th team foul on the Lions. We'll have to see who they call that on. It's going to be on Burgraff. I believe that's her 2nd of the game, and it will be. Lions have already taken a timeout in this one. Harris's first free throw is good. They'll stretch the lead to 13-0. Lions looking to put up a better stand against.
Did she get 3?
I don't know. It feels like she has shot 3.
She had 3. I don't understand why.
Don't quite understand why either, but hey.
It's like, maybe I just don't know how to count, but
Maybe she shot from the 3-point line. We'll never know. But some foul trouble early is going to bring Alejandra Morales into the game. She'll come in for Burgraff. Adams has the beat on Colon, throws up the shot, no good. Lions looking to face off better against this Panther team. Panthers last time they faced off beat them 81-6 over in the Field House in St. Mary's Colgan, but here in Dennis R. Burke Gymnasium, they're looking to hold them a little bit better. Obviously, this Panther team is going to make a run at state, as they have so many years now, and come up short so many years. They're looking for this year to finally be the one. Although a lot of critics will say that last year was their best chance, as they had Lauren Torrance on the floor for them, as well as a couple key players like the Yagmores, always a clutch player in the game.
the Agmores were 2 years ago.
Oh, I feel like Lauren Yagmore graduated with us. I don't know why. Ah, well.
I let you get away with it last time, but I don't let you get away with it this time.
Either way, Lauren Torrance, being taller than Lily Brown and just as athletic, proved to really help the Panthers go, but then they get beat first round in the state tournament, which has been the case a couple years in a row. Exact representation of the Philadelphia 76ers. Coach Robert's going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. Lions will inbound on the R of Baxter Springs. Casta goes up top to Vestal. Vestal passes off to Adams. Still looking to get points on the board with 1:35 remaining in this one.
I will say, so far, they have done better than the last time they saw the Panthers.
That is true. Panthers got off to a hot start in the last one, as Brown gets it down low. Of course, Lily Brown has already sat in this game, which is not something we saw in the last one.
That is
this
true.
early, of course, this early.
But I think within the first 2 or 3 minutes, they already had 20 points too. So
That is true, but Coach Farabi, well known around the league for never sitting her starters.
yeah,
As Casta, getting guarded tightly by Davis, passes off to Weaver, sets a screen. Weaver goes baseline and stops. Pass back to Casta. Meek will back off. Now Casta in the corner, throws back up to Weaver. Weaver going to reset. Brown guarding. Try to go down low to Vestal, and that's stolen away by Harris. So 40 seconds left, a 16-point lead. And a couple of silly turnovers for the Panthers. You have to wonder, after that game last week, if teams have started to find the cracks in the shield, so to say, of this Panther team.
I mean, if they have, that would be good for all of the other opponents they face.
For some reason, those bigger 2 and 1A schools, bigger, as if there's a bigger size 2 and 1A school. So silly, they're separated by size. Anyways, Campbell goes up with the shot, no good. But yes, those state teams in 2 and 1A always end up able to have the cracks, or should I say, they know how to beat this Colgan team whenever they get up there. So maybe the teams around here could start finding that trend, as Girard came very close to them last night. And as Colgan moves on throughout the season, that's got to be a warning shot, so to speak, as that's been the only team in like the last 2 years in this league that's come within 15 points of them. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen a team get so close to the Panthers.
It was just a 2-point game.
A 2-point win for the Panthers. At the end of the first quarter, 16-0 is the score. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 50 seconds. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66.
Welcome back, everybody, here. Baxter Springs Sports Live, about to enter second quarter action. Colgan Panthers will start off this second quarter, which is kind of shocking to me, is I thought they won the tip. I'm not really sure how that works. See, in NBA, if you win the tip, you get to inbound first in the fourth quarter. And so I never understood how high school basketball works, where you have games like this, where the Panthers get the first possession, and on that first possession, Michaela Davis knocks down 3. College basketball's a little bit easier because they have just the halves, and so whoever wins the tip doesn't get it in the second half to start. Or they do.
I wonder
it's one of those ways.
It's where the possession arrows pointed. That's how you know.
Weird.
So, like, if the Baxter Springs Lions, they got the last jump ball, so they got the Panthers got it.
That makes sense to me. We'll have to see whenever the third quarter rolls around.
I just noticed because the possession arrow was pointing that way, right, and then it changed.
Good call. Good call. This camera's bothering me. I gotta fix it. Watch, it's gonna move everything.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so low is what's bothering me. Davis, fast break, easy layup. Another 2 to her score for the night. Still holding a big goose egg on the board is the Lions, looking to get anything going. Panthers on a revenge tour after winning by just 2 points. Kind of silly to say, but is the truth. Looking to get back on track and win in, I guess, explosive fashion like they normally do. Oh, that was terrible. I moved the entire camera instead of...
You know you were going to do that, too.
I know. That's the silly part. What if I just zoomed out just a little bit? Like, just like that. Like that. No, that ruined everything, I swear. Whatever. I'll have it fixed for the next game, I promise. What if I did that and then zoomed in just a little bit?
Good shot.
That's going to have to work for right now. Down low, Brown gets her shot tipped, gets her own rebound.
Gerald,
Stat padding.
Do you know if in the last game that the Lions played the Panthers, Did they score at all in the first half?
I believe they did. I thought they had their 4 points in the first half.
Hmm.
They didn't score a single time in the third and fourth quarter until the very end when Bailey Campbell hit a layup to bring it up to 6.
Yeah.
At least that's how I remembered it. Of course, I could be wrong because that was all a blur and so long ago.
I feel like I black out after every game because I never know
That's right.
exactly how it happens.
That's right. I'll think of plays and they'll just start jumbling together. Football's very different. Football's very different for me because each play is so distinct. But in basketball, it all just runs together back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about basketball as well. So I shouldn't say hate. That's what I dislike about basketball as well, is how quick of a sport it is. It does make it fun to watch, yes, and it makes it quicker than it definitely, it needs to be a quick sport. But football just makes a lot more sense logically to me. It's built for TV too. That's the great joy about football is every play has a break. There's always media timeouts. There's always time. And I can't wait for football season. I don't know if you can't tell. I'm just so ready for it. Football season's awesome.
Speaking of announcers, I did get to listen to the Charlotte Hornets.
Carl Anthony Towns, that specific video that I told you to listen to?
Nope, but I did see highlights of him. Or them, I guess, and it was funny.
They're so funny. They just do not care, and that's what I love about them. It's similar to Pat McAfee.
Is that the guy that doesn't wear sleeves?
Couldn't tell you that one. I do know, however, that Pat McAfee, I've seen him in a suit before. Good poke out by Adams. But Pat McAfee does the college game day shows, and he also does...
The guy that doesn't wear sleeves. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He's for sure worn a suit before with sleeves.
No. Like in his podcast, because he has a podcast.
Oh, yeah. His podcast, he always has a tank top on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I give it a bit up here. Well, I'm following. Vessel gets it down low. Missed the shot. Meek with the rebound. Yeah, he's quite thrilling. He's fun, energetic, not just some old dude talking about sports. He's some old dude talking about everything. So Harris and Meek going to take a seat. Colgan, O'Brien, Sweezy, Davis, and Brown remain on the floor. Bailey Campbell boxes out Maya Vestal. 26-point lead here in the second quarter. Lions looking to get anything going. They've made one shot so far in this game. And they've had plenty of opportunities. But they just can't quite get it to go into the rim. And it's like there's a lid on the top of the basket right now. Not for the Lions. For the Lions, of course, not for the Panthers. We'll have to see how the second half turns out. And another thing I'm really excited for is later tonight, immediately following this girls' game, we'll have a show for the boys' game, which is set to be a good one. Last game came down to the very wire. And the boys versus each other set to be good. These teams match up very well. Both have very similar body types on the floor and very similar play styles. And it's going to be crucial for the boys to keep track of three-point shooting of Jack Schrimmer and also the playmaking ability of Gus Keller. Last time we focused a lot on Tristan Voss down low in our keys to the game. Adams throws up a shot, forces it.
Yeah, Daryl, I think the boys need to be better at defending players their height or above.
Yes.
That's what they struggle with the most.
Colgan gets it back. But yes, we focused a lot on Voss being a key to the game as he's been pretty dominant in games past for the Panthers, just against all teams that they faced. But he was not as big of an impact in that game as Jack Schrimmer was at the end. And the main offense throughout the game, which was Gus Keller. Schrimmer ended up cooking late and would result in the explosion of points in the fourth as he hit a couple threes. So expect him to have a good game and come back in this one. And in fact, I think him being cold at the start was what really helped the Lions stay in it. So stopping him is going to be a key to the game. Just a little preview there of what I'm going to talk about before the boys' game, of course. Kayla Davis now off to O'Brien on the wing. She'll think about it and pass back up to Colon. Over to Davis. Down low Brown. And Brown going to get mega fouled. So she'll get sent to the free throw line. Well, Sarah, we said we were going to do this a long, long time ago when we were down in Southeast. So now I think it's time. A popcorn rating. We finally got popcorn here in Baxter Springs. Go ahead. Tell them what you think.
Okay. So I love the price.
$1.
Yeah, when we went down to Welch, Oklahoma, it was $1.50. I only brought $1.25. I thought no way it would be $1.50.
Places it's $2.
Yeah. So very affordable, very good. Okay. Check mark, right?
Bingo.
Okay. Really enjoy the butteriness. There's a lot of kernels that are butter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find that a lot.
No, typically school popcorns aren't very buttery.
No, you just get that little seasoning butter.
Yeah. Okay. Not good.
But what really kills this popcorn from being a 10 out of 10 is that there's limited salt.
Yes.
Not a lot of salt. Okay. And also the pieces that aren't buttered are just plain. They don't taste like anything. So.
And I think we mentioned this is the butter is the carrier that brings it up to an 8.
Yeah. I think I would give it an 8.5.
8.5. Okay, that's a different rating than earlier.
No, I said that earlier. You just weren't listening.
I thought you said 8 earlier.
No, I said 10, and then I brought it down to 8.5 because the 0.5 comes from the price.
The initial tasting makes it you think it's a 10 because you get those buttery kernels, but then you keep eating it, and there's just some pieces that are a little lacking.
Yeah, I also will say that the bag is a little small, but it's okay.
For $1.
For $1,
that's not bad.
Good price.
I didn't even finish mine yet.
Neither have I.
So, I mean, I'd say that's, we're going to have to make this a special. Every time we go somewhere new, we're going to have to get a bag of popcorn, give a little rating of it.
Oh, I'm going to spend so much money, especially if it's $2.
Not $1 at every single match.
That's right. That's a lot of money if you add it up.
Now, one that we can already make a judgment on is obviously Girard. We've had many a popcorn at Girard, and
it's like a 4.
They try and have salt be the carrier instead of butter, and
that's where
no one likes salty popcorn. Everyone likes buttery popcorn.
And then they burn it because they don't pay attention. I personally have been back there.
I've been cooking popcorn before. I've been one of the cooks of popcorn, and it's not a thrilling job.
I don't remember if I got popcorn at Southeast or not. I don't think I did.
No, that was at the place with the little walkway in between wherever we went. And we were setting up and you were eating, and I remember, because you kept trying to give it to me and I didn't want it.
The walkway? Where's that at?
There was like a walkway in between gyms. Oh, well.
What? The only place I've really gotten popcorn was Welch.
It might have been Welch.
Well, there was no place to walk between gyms, so...
Well, there was the sketchy part on the left side, and then there was the parking lot in front. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Anyways,
moving on.
The gym is separated from the other buildings.
Oh, okay.
Alas, Lions coming down the floor. 34-point deficit. As there's just 1:23 left until half. Adams gets it on the wing. Pull up jump shot. No good. Brown gets down with the rebound and passes it off to Colon. One thing we talked about with our Baxter Springs Lady Lions is obviously this is a learning game. There are not many people in this building right now that truly think that the Lions were going to take home a victory. It's never been in the after losing 81-6. It's always hard to come back. It's hard to beat a team after losing in general, but after losing to such a large deficit, it's hard to ever even conceive of coming back and winning in the next game. So obviously we knew that ahead of time going into this game. There were not a lot of high hopes for this team. But one thing they can hope to improve on is like what we talked about in the first quarter. The Lions held the Panthers to only, what was the score?
16.
16? Was
Yes.
it 16-0 at the end of the first?
Yes.
And so being able to hold them to that score proves that they have improved over the season. Obviously, this Panther team has improved too, which is why they have come out in the second quarter and done very well on the offensive side. But this Lion team is getting better, and that's all that's going to matter. As that probably should have been a carry, and they're going to call it double dribble.
Speaking of which, they've gotten better on not making bad passes and bad decisions necessarily. And I haven't seen any frustration fouls.
That's right. Well, seconds remaining. That's going to end the second quarter. Coming up after this break, we're going to enter into the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance Sports Day Agency halftime show. Take a look back at the first half as well as our Keys' second half, and so much more chit-chat. All that will be here on Baxter Springs Sports Live right after this break. We'll be back in just about 4 minutes. And back to the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance halftime show.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. Tough one so far here for the Lions. 41-2 is their deficit. A 39-point deficit going into the third. Obviously not where you want to be in a game, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. To tell you the truth, it's not. So we'll have to see how they fare in the second half. Obviously, our goal is just to put up more points than you did the first time that you met a team, and so I'd like to see them put up more than 6 in this game. And I tell you what, they're a third of the way there.
Let's go for 7.
You might as well. You never know what could happen, although this Panther defense has proven pretty ruthless so far. And this one, so we'll have to see how that turns out. But I think in the second half, I'm going to turn into more of the Hornets announcers and just start going crazy for everything that happens. What do you think, Sarah? Should I do that?
Do it.
Do it? Think that'd be fun? Also, we might have a guest appearance from one of the team managers from the Panthers. we'll have to see if they follow through at that or if they even want to come up here or not. They were joking about coming up here, so we'll have to see.
And maybe Bailey Campbell, because she also came up here.
We talked to some players about wanting to come and maybe do an interview. I'm all for it. BJ usually doesn't want students on here because they're loose cannons. You never know what a student's going to say. They don't have a reputation to uphold. They just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Right? So obviously it's always dangerous to have a student on air. But of course, speaking that, I am a student. So I say screw it and let it ride, right? So you may have some guest appearances. We may try and shake things up, make things a little bit more interesting for you guys. Of course, within the lines of what I can do.
Yeah.
And nothing is guaranteed, nothing's ever promised, so don't put words in my mouth. But with all that aside, Panthers obviously looking to continue their train of the undefeated season. They're 14-0 right now. Lions looking to get a win in the win column, as it has been such a tough year for them so far. When we look right now, we got the boys warming up on the court. Immediately following this game, where we'll have theirs, we'll go straight to the pregame show as soon as our postgame show for the girls' game ends. But yes, these boys looking for redemption against this Colgan team, the team that we really should have beat earlier on this season. Colgan did not play very well on this team. They just got hot at the end when we didn't. And a couple of crucial calls, I will say, towards the end. Of course, you can never blame a game on the calls that happen. It's always your own mistake that makes that call come about. But alas, if those calls go differently, then maybe that game changes.
That was also the first game back from break, and one of the first games back from whenever, we lost a player. So it was really, the connection on the team was not there.
Yes. First game back from break. First game starting for Isaiah Main, just a freshman. And first game for a lot of those freshmen to get a lot of playing time to fill in that role.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to see how the experience has changed. Obviously, this Panther team is going to get much better as well. Do not expect them to only score, 16 points in the first half. Expect them to go off and have a good game. Do not expect them to be slow.
Yeah.
Like they were at the start. Obviously, break does crazy things to the mind. You get lethargic. You get to where you don't want to play basketball anymore. So I can tell you from experience playing basketball, whenever that break happens, it's just so hard to come back. So hard to come back to the sport because you get a break and you're like, it's the same thing as going back to work after a vacation. It's awful. Next to nothing. I need a vacation for my vacation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, we're here in the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance 4-State Agency halftime show. Basically, a quick recap of that first half. It was all Panthers the whole way through. They started off with their foot on the gas, especially defensively, and they did not let up, but one little mistake where the Panthers would get a score. Besides that, it's been all Panthers, and that's about all you could say about that first half. Nothing much else went on that was special. It was pretty much all Lily Brown and the Colgan Panthers. Here in the second half, though, what do you think the Lions can do to improve upon their performance from last time and hopefully score more than 6 points?
Well, I personally believe that, like we've been saying all night, you got to learn from it. Right now, we need to learn not to drive into the defense, get scared, pick up our dribble, and then turn the ball over, or have oh my gosh, my dyslexia took over. Allow the Panthers to create turnovers for the Lions. You can't be forced into that. You have to play calm, cool, collected, set up your offense, run a play, because personally, haven't really seen any plays run truly by the Lions this game.
This season, really.
Yeah. So why don't we take this game? Yeah, odds are not in their favor to win. Might as well learn from it, set up their offense, and try to score.
And the way to look at it is, you have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
The Panthers have everything to lose. If they let you score 10 points, that's a loss on the Panthers' side. Come out here swinging, because who cares?
Exactly.
If you don't end up scoring anything, who cares? If you score a bunch, good for you. You have nothing to lose in this game, so you might as well come out with everything you got and try and stick it to the Panthers and send them off with a bad taste in their mouth. Because at the end of any game, even if I'm going to lose, I want the opponent thinking, damn, they played good.
Yep.
Or sorry, dang, they played good. I meant a beaver dam, like.
Yeah. And
exactly.
I will give credit to the Lions. This team is mentally tough. Honestly, they are. They've been playing 100%, giving all of their effort throughout the games. They have never quit. Even when the score is like this, they will still come out after half and try their hardest.
And that's something I have to respect. I always respect a hustle player or a player who always gives 100%, 110% for that matter. That's why I think I really like watching Isaiah Main on the boys' side, is because he's one of those kids that has to go out and give everything he's got because he could lose his spot. You know, his spot's not guaranteed on that offensive side for the Lions. And so at any moment, if you can be taken out, that's going to make you play 100% harder, faster, better on all scales of the game. So you might as well come out and give everything you got, basically, is all I'm saying.
That's exactly right.
Well, that's going to wrap up the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance 4-State Agency halftime show, serving Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. Leah and her team have the products, services, and experience you're looking for. Give them a call today and see why they are more than just insurance. Well, the possession arrow is in favor of the Panthers here, so it looks like they're going to get it to start. I guess our little theory was right. Sorry, I say our. It was Sarah's theory.
Thank you.
Harris has it down low, back out to Klon. She'll dribble back out to the wing and pass up to Jacayla Davis. Jacayla Davis now working around the top of the key over to Kalon. Kalon goes down low. Harris going to put on the post moves outside wing. Kalon now with Weaver guarding. Going to go inside to Brown. She's going to lose it. Maya Vestal comes up with the steal. Mike Adams now going to come down the court. She'll cross the line. Has it. Guarded by Kalon. Passes off to Comer. Comer now back up to Weaver. Weaver who's guarded by Kalon. Weaver standing on the tail of the Lion. Passes off to Comer. Throw it up. Throw up a shot. You won't. From deep. Burgraff, neat little spin move, gets inside. It'll be poked out of bounds. It's going to be a foul on Jacayla Davis. So we're going to have a running clock, which means this one will get over quicker than what we think. That'll be running the entire second half. So we'll have 16 straight minutes of basketball. They're going to say, Kalon touched the out-of-bounds line. You can't do that. You know, it's always interesting to me. Out-of-bounds lines in games are so funny to me.
Why?
You know, you ever just think, like, you know, in the real world, there's never really an out-of-bounds line besides, like, private property, right? You know what I mean? Or, like, the dividing line on a road.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's always funny to me that, you know, games try and replicate lessons of life. And one of those lessons being you have to stay within the bounds of the game. Because at some point they were playing this game and someone ran way out away from someone. And so they decided, we need to stop that from happening. Okay. Harris down low gets swatted by Vestal, but she's going to get sent to the free throw line.
Listen, I think you're just...
It's a weird take.
You're reading too deep into the game right now.
It's a weird take, but that's all I'm going to say. Football especially, like, you know, if there weren't out-of-bounds lines in football, I mean...
How far you would have to run for a touchdown?
It's true. I think, honestly, if you kept the touchdown in that same box, 53 yards across, 10 yards deep, if you kept that same box, but you allowed the players to run anywhere in between it, I think that'd be kind of fun to watch. It's also my same theory of, like, in the Olympics, they need to put, like, a normal person out there.
I think that instead of having really good athletes, they should recruit people from, like, the couch.
And just see what they... Like, because I've always wanted to see, you know...
That'd be realistic.
A couple of Olympics ago, might have been the 2020 Olympics, Simone Biles obviously sat out for personal reasons after making the USA team. And there was a lot of, you know, hatred on social media for Simone Biles, which was kind of silly because, you know, that's where I want a normal person to go out there because I want a normal person from the couch saying those things to have to go out and try and do flips on a like, I feel like that'd be so funny to watch.
I mean, honestly, it would. And it would humble everybody that thinks they can do it.
I think it would be great.
It's like the draft, you know, but you get drafted for the Olympics.
That's what I saw something one time of this guy, and he was like, you know, I always get nervous whenever the NFL draft comes along because, like, what if they choose me? You know? like, there's always that chance. Like, it's not likely, but what if I get picked first overall to the Chicago Bears? Like, my life is screwed. Oh, sorry, Chicago Bears caught a stray there. Anyways. I do think the Olympics need to add a normal person because, especially in the races, wherever they race, like the 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, that would make it so thrilling to watch because then you get to truly see how their speed just kills.
Yeah. You just have one professional athlete
versus a bunch of normies. Just watch them jog.
Have you ever? Never mind.
I feel like you were going to mention the show where the guy gets an unfair advantage due to a certain thing he holds. No?
No.
Ah, well.
I was gonna ask if you've ever seen the mascot races.
Oh. That's something about the NCAA games. They used to have NCAA football, and you could play as the mascots against the team. And it was always so much fun because they do like flips and stuff on their juke moves or like side flips. It was so much fun. And I think we need to do that on a regular basketball court. I want to see more people flip.
Have you ever seen it where they the mascots are playing the little kid?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I was talking about was not NCAA. It was it's somewhere in Britain, I think. It's on a horse track. It's really funny. I'll have to show you. But also, Mr. Freeze, put him in the Olympics.
Mr. Freeze? That guy beat Mr. Freeze one time. That's
that one guy, yeah.
It's like the only time he's ever been beat.
He's like 1,000,001 right now.
Mr. Freeze is crazy. That's an example of a super fast guy being put up against a normal person. I always felt for the mustard, ketchup, and relish races. Because imagine having to go out there in a huge costume that's hot. And it's already a July day, so it's already 98 degrees, and the humidity is 98%. And so you have to go out there in a huge ketchup costume and run however far it is around. I know it's a long distance.
I always thought it was funny that they thought they were so confident, so far ahead, and then they just eat it.
Or they'd fall. Oh, that's so funny. Whenever they'd fall, and then everyone would be like, no! Man, we're just yapping here.
You think Leo the lion?
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to bring up. Speaking of mascots.
Where is he? Or she?
Leo the lion. Yet to make an appearance tonight. We'll have to see if he comes out for the boys' game. If they come out for the boys' game, we don't know who's under the mask.
Yeah, we'd have no idea.
Everyone always asks who is the mascot, not how is the mascot. It's a real problem in this world. Kirsten Berggraf at the free throw line. No good.
I think we should just keep yapping.
Taylor gets the rebound, turnaround jumper.
They score when we get
points. Turnaround jumper looked like Kobe. Janessa Davis has it down low on the baseline. Yeah, I think we should keep yapping. It was working well for him.
Yeah, they scored. We're 7 points.
I know, that's what I said. 7 points. Beating our personal record against this team. And we scored it before they got to a crazy amount. That shot no good. Walker with the rebound down low. Should get fouled.
I was going to say over the back anyways, but...
Indeed.
So it goes.
So it goes. Said Billy. What's that? Billy, what's his last name?
Joel?
No.
So Billy the
I got the old man's car.
That is Billy Joe.
I know. But I'm thinking of Slaughterhouse 5.
Oh.
When Billy travels space-time, so it goes. That's what that's from. Let's look up.
I was thinking Taylor Swift.
No, one suggestion to Google is if you have the option there for me, don't take it away right when I'm about to click it.
Exactly.
Gosh, I'm going to have to search more specifically. Main character. Billy Pilgrim. That's it. Interesting. Good book. A classic for a reason. It's been banned in some schools, so I recommend you go and get your education. 45-8 the score here at the end of the third. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live here in Dennis R. Burke Gymnasium. We're getting ready to go in the fourth quarter. Lions will start. Well, that makes sense.
That is that one cool.
Yeah, we were wondering. See, the downside to the Colgan Panthers warm-up jerseys, they are different from the boys. The girls don't have their number on the back. So in a pregame warm-up, whenever you're watching trying to figure out who a player is, you can't see because they don't have their number. If you don't know them beforehand, then you kind of just are screwed. An interesting stat, we were talking with our Colgan boys over here, who are broadcasting the game on MyTown Media, is I believe our Lions are outscoring the Panthers here. It was 41-2 at half.
That is such a big win.
And we've outscored them 6-4. In that third quarter, we outscored them 6-4. So how about that?
That's such a good win.
Coach Robbie, yeah.
And you know what? Most of the starters are still in.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
With that stat right there.
Yeah. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, like they were still playing against the varsity team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's obviously going to be the varsity team because Colgan never takes out their starters. Sorry, that's a little backhanded.
You've said it so many times.
Sounded a little aggressive, and I apologize for that. Just sportsmanship comes into play sometimes. Going to be a foul on an and one opportunity for the starter, Mariah Harris. Here in this 47-8 point game, Coach Verappi must be scared of them losing their lead. Go get the ball.
Hey, everyone was confused.
Well, it was only one shot from the free throw line. Luckily, it went out of bounds because no one on the court was going for the ball besides Lainey Meek and Emma Walker and Coach Verappi. Yeah. How about that?
Hey, the Lions knew what they were doing there.
Indeed. Adams dribbling through traffic.
I'm telling you, the only reason that was a problem was because of the new rule with the 2 free throws when you foul.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so used to not having one and ones. I miss the 1-and-1.
Especially so much pressure.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. Is 1-on-1 puts so much pressure on the person to go and make their free throw, especially in a late game scenario where you're fouling and you're sending people to the free throw line. That helped out the defense a lot. So removing it kind of screws the defense, honestly.
And whenever it was 1-on-1, you could pick the worst free throw shooter and guarantee that you're going to get the ball back.
Foul them, and then they have to go and shoot one, and you automatically get that ball back. So it was really a way for the defense to stay in games late, but
they got rid of that rule.
Bad, Keisha.
Do you think they're going to do a shot clock? They've talked about it.
I think it's possible, as there's going to be a large group substitution for both teams here. And a timeout is called.
By Coach Verappi.
Verappi.
I'm just really bad at names.
We're just going to keep it here. Only a 30-second timeout. She's really just trying to get her younger players in. The ones that don't play already, that is. So we'll just keep it here. But, yes, like I was saying, I do not think that they'll come out with the shot clock simply because so many stadiums are already built how they are today.
All you have to do is just put the on top.
Like on the
basketball. Goals. That's where the shot clock goes.
I guess you could do that.
That's what they did in college.
It's a lot of money for a lot of high schools, though.
That's true.
And you'd have to have another ref to keep track of the clock. And when it comes down to that, we're already having a shortage of refs anyways, so I don't see it happening, not for high school. Although it probably is a necessary change.
Yeah, especially when you come down to like the minute left in the game and it's a close game and the other team just dribbles.
Yeah.
That's when that's annoying.
And then you're forced to foul, which, you go to different levels of basketball, and obviously they're required to either pass, get rid of the ball in some scenario.
Yeah.
Then it comes the question of how long would that shot clock be in high school?
30 seconds.
You'd think they're equal to college level? They can score in the same time as a college team? That's the question posed. Just playing devil's advocate here.
Maybe 45. I don't think it should be that much of a change.
And then if you go into 45 seconds, like how many games are decided within 45 seconds? So then come all the questions that have to be presented to the board at Keisha, because because Keisha is a great organization. And so all these questions have to be proposed to them when deciding on a huge change for all of Kansas high school athletics.
That's true.
It's just something to think about for our viewers. If you would like to see a shot clock in high school basketball, contact your local legislator. Get involved in public affairs. There's no time like the present to get involved with your community. Make a donation to buy the shot clock. That's about all I can say for that. Go Gorillas. Comer bringing it down the floor. She crosses the line. Passes off to Weaver. Weaver now. Hands off to Cassida. Although, I will say, I think not having a shot clock adds a strategy to basketball games, for sure. Definitely makes all your players become better free throw shooters, because there's a high likelihood that they'll get fouled towards the end of the game. Also, got to think, maybe you shouldn't have gotten to that point in the first place. Maybe you should have put a team out in the first half, and that way you're not to the stage where you need to foul late. But alas, that often doesn't happen.
Yep. Maybe you did, and the other team came back.
Gorillas. Like the Lions, who blew a 24-7 lead at halftime. Obviously, that's football, and they have a lot more time to play. Still aggravates me. I'm not a huge fan of the San Francisco 49ers. Wherever Nick Butler is right now, he's dancing around, having a good time. Nick Butler helping me out with the football broadcast. He's very apparent that he's a big 49ers fan, which he's never been to San Francisco, so I don't know how he can be. Anyways, it's like me being not a Chiefs fan. Who would do that? It's kind of silly. It's going to be a big Super Bowl, though. I'm excited. I'm really ready.
I don't think they're going to win.
February 11th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And then the next day I'm taking off school because I got to celebrate the win, obviously.
God, I wish I didn't have school so I could go to the Super Bowl parade if they win.
Yeah, I have heard from many people that the parade's not all it's cut out to be. A lot of traffic, a lot of not being able to park anywhere, a lot of not even being able to be close to them. And it's cold.
Yeah.
But wah. Imhoff takes to the bucket, passes down low, shots up, no good. Rebounded. They'll go back outside. Morales going to get called for the foul as we enter less than a minute. So, with just under a minute remaining, Panthers going to shoot up a three. It's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Morales, or she's going to save it, however.
That was good save.
It was. She's had some good saves this year.
She's very much a hustle player.
Indeed. I think all the standing's starting to get to me. I think I like our spot on the other side.
I know, that's what I said earlier. We should bring the chairs.
Yeah, but then it's the hassle of carrying back the chairs.
We don't have our table.
And when it comes to the end of a broadcast, you always like to just be done. Once you get everything up, you don't want to have to go put anything back. You just want to go straight to the vehicle so you can go get a Sonic slushie and go home. That's going to be the end of this one. 55-9 a score. Lions improve a lot from their last matchup against the Panthers. Panthers still get the win, but I sense trouble in paradise as they have not put up the victories in the last couple games that they were predicted to. So we'll have to keep in tune and see how the rest of their season goes. As for us, Lions going to face another defeat, and they'll move on to the game Friday, looking to pick up their first win. I believe we play Galena, if I'm correct. Galena comes here to our hometown of Baxter Springs.
On Friday?
On Friday.
I think you're right.
I believe Galena is going to come here. Galena was a game that definitely has potential. So we'll have to see how all that turns out. We're going to take a quick break. Boys coming onto the floor now. And that's another thing you need to do is support their after prom. Seniors trying to have a good after prom, trying to go into college nice and happy. So help them fundraise for their after prom, folks. It'd be the nice thing to do. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub post-game show on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have two convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Dad, you need to go.
Really?
It's important.
I feel fine.
Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught.
What I need to do?
You just give your doctor a call. They'll tell you what screening test you need.
Fine. Can I have my pie now? Oh, man.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Welcome back here, everybody, to the Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub postgame show. The perfect postgame stop, refuel after the big game with Bricks and Brews delicious wood-fired pizza and mouth-watering appetizers. Plus, don't miss live music and more. Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub, a taste bud trip down Route 66. Boys getting ready to go. I'll keep it brief on the girls' side so we can get over to the Route 66 Hardware pregame show. It was rough, but there's definitely improvement. If you go back to the start of January, just a measly 26 days ago, and you look back at that first game, and you watch everything that the girls did, and how they got beat 81-6 against that same exact Panther team. That Panther team had no injuries, no one off the court. That was different from today. Starting lineup was the exact same. If you go and look back at that to now, there is improvement. It shows in the score. 55-9, their defense has obviously improved a bunch. They did not allow the bigs like Lily Brown to just have free reign down low like she did in the last one, and they stopped the fast break. They didn't have a bunch of silly turnovers, and they were able to get back fast. So it was just an overall good job by the Lions, and they're improving, and that's all that matters in the end. Right, Sarah?
I agree. 100%. That was such a good game for them. The score may not reflect it, but that was so much better than the first time they played Colgan. Probably the first time they played all year. There were no miscommunications.
Yeah.
There were no passes to nobody. You know what I mean?
Colgan had a couple.
Yeah. They forced turnovers. They were down, they stopped the big scorers on that team.
And it's going to come down in the end to just making shots because they had plenty of opportunities. And the game could be closer. I'm not saying that they'd come back and win it if they had made some of those shots, but I'm saying that it becomes a 25-point game instead of a, 46 at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, there's potential.
And you know what? Chloe Turley wasn't there.
That's
and she
true
was also a big scorer. Well, a main scorer for the Lions, and she's very aggressive.
That's right. So, that's going to wrap up our Bricks and Brews postgame show here. After a good performance by the girls, make sure you go and eat at Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub. We're going to get into the pregame show here, but we're going to take a quick break first. So we'll have starting lineups, keys to the game, and much more when we come back on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Wolker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Wolker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-thru or local delivery with Wolker's Smart Cars. For seniors, Wolker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Wolker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at wolkerdrug.com.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have two convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Spring Sports Live. We're going to get started by letting you guys know that this entire presentation is brought to you by WDM Williams Diversified Materials. WDM is proud to support Baxter Springs Athletics and USD 508. Stop in and see WDM at 2903 Military or call 620-679-9810. And be sure to ask about the storage shed and U-Haul rental. We're going to transition into our pregame show presented by Route 66 Hardware. Well, Sarah, last matchup against the Colgan Panthers came down to the very end. The score doesn't reflect it, but if you were watching the game here on Baxter Spring Sports Live or in person, you'll know that it was down to the very wire on that one. Came down to just Colgan Panthers ended up hitting more shots at the end than the Lions did. And hopefully if they get hot in this one, it could be a different story, especially here in their own gymnasium. We're still waiting for the house to get packed. It's a little bit stuffed over here on the home side, but it doesn't look like the Panthers have brought too many folks with them, so that could work in our favor. But when we talk about how they're going to be able to win this game, obviously the Lions got a lot to do. I mean, improvement-wise, it's been a tough streak for them. They started off the season so well, getting a win over Frontenac, beating some key teams down in Oklahoma. So what has gone differently for them here in this stretch?
Well, you know, they haven't really been connecting as a team. Like we said at the Lancer tournament, they haven't found themselves as basketball players. They don't know how they work individually. So really in this game, they need to focus on listening to what they feel like, what shots they can make, what they can't make, and also put themselves out there. You know, shoot from the three-point line if you have a shot there. For example, Gage Maggard in our last game, he was open the whole time. Nobody contested him because they did not think he was a good shooter. But he nailed some threes down the line, and then they started guarding him. That's what all of the Baxter Lions have to do. They have to really connect as a team. No more roller coastering. Throughout the Riverton game, there were moments whenever they had the ability to come back and actually play good basketball, but there were also moments when they were going downhill, and that happened a lot. So during this game against the Panthers, they have to really focus on momentum, being high, starting out high, and then even climbing higher into the mountain. And that happens with rebounding, getting a second shot at making a basket, making smart decisions, no dumb mistakes, and no fouling out of frustration, because fouls killed this Lions team, because most of the fouls are from Jacob Grant or Weston Schaefer, who are key players down low because of their height advantage. And to be honest, in my opinion, they're the two people on this team that know themselves basketball-wise.
That's exactly right. I mean, when you talk about players who look very comfortable on the court, obviously it comes to mind Weston Schaefer. He pretty well controls this offense for the Lions. And then obviously also comes to mind Jacob Grant. He roams that downside near to the basket, and he's able to control himself so well down low. I mean, what else can you say besides those two players have been really the identity of this team? And some person who's gotten better and who we'd like to see keep improving is Javen Alexander. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see him really explode in this game because...
And we saw in the Lancer tournament, whenever he started to find himself as a basketball player, he played so much better, played aggressive, started trying to shoot baskets and making shots. He was so much better. He needs to continue that throughout this game.
That's right. And like I was saying, he is someone who needs to explode in this game because there is definitely a mismatch as the Colgan Panthers don't have enough people his size. There's just not enough players on the court in order to guard him. It's actually interesting to see who they'll end up putting on him because down low, I mean, they'll most likely run a zone of some sort because they have the quickness of Tucker Harrell up top, and then they can allow Voss to roam the middle and not have to move too much outside of that paint. But when it comes to the Lions, who are you going to guard? You got Weston Schaefer up top, Who are you going to put on him? I know that Coach Heff doesn't like to go away from his man defense, so we'll have to see how that turns out.
I feel like their best bet to guarding Javen Alexander is either Gus Keller or Cooper Simmons.
Cooper Simmons is, I believe, who was matched up against him last time.
Mhm.
Kind of that same bruiser mentality. So we'll have to see if Javen Alexander decides to take it to the rack like I want him to. If that all happens, of course, then it's set to be a pretty good game.
Yep. Lions really need to focus on being able to defend someone of height because they've struggled with it.
That's exactly right. Well, they're getting ready to do the national anthem, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and more on Baxter Springs Sports.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs, Kansas. They're getting started with their starting lineups. So, Sarah, go ahead and give us the Baxter Springs Lions starting team.
For the Lions, we have number 4, Jacob Grant. Number 10, Weston Schaefer. Number 12, Gage Maggard. Number 15, Javen Alexander. And number 20, Isaiah Main.
That's your starting 5 for your Baxter Springs Lions for the Colgan Panthers. Number 0 coming at 5'10", Gus Keller. Number 1, Tucker Harrell, a 6-foot senior, as well as Keller being a senior. Another senior on the team, 6'2", number 3, Jack Schrimmer. Number 22, Cooper Simmons, a 5'10" senior. And the final senior on this roster, number 55, Tristan Voss. They're coached by Clint Heffern. Coach Heff, I'm going to refer to him on the rest of this broadcast. And they're managed by Grayson Wofford and Connor Van Beesler. Both two key players of this team that were unfortunately taken out due to injury and haven't been on the roster since. Of course, your Baxter Springs Lions are coached by Alan Hibbler. All right. That was the pregame show brought to you by Route 66 Hardware, your trusted hardware store located in Baxter Springs, serving the community with top quality tools, equipment, and supplies. Everything you need for the home, lawn, garden, and more can be found at Route 66 Hardware, 109 East 12th Street in Baxter Springs, or call 620-856-3300. Stop in and ask about the big changes coming soon. Panthers coming in 12-2 on the season. Lions 7-7, looking to get back to a winning percentage and get away from 500. Jacob Grant going to win the tip-off, and Schaefer will pick it up for him. And that's how we're going to start here in Baxter Springs. The Lions going to start out with the opening possession. Javen Alexander takes it around. He'll be guarded in this zone that the Colgan Panthers are running. Harrell guarding Main outside. He is going to go right. Pass off to Maggard. Maggard in the lane, pass down to Grant. Grant got a spin around jumper. It's good. First points in the game.
On the floor.
They're going to call it on the... No, he said and one.
Oh. No.
What?
I told you. Because he blew it before he shot.
Oh, that ref signaled and one. All right, well, those points not going to count. Alexander has it on the wing, pass back up to Maggard. Main to Grant on the wing. They went back into their man defense. Maggard working down on Keller. He'll pass back to Grant. Grant gets a screen from Maggard. He fakes around and passes it back out Maggard. Now Alexander looking to get going against Harrell. Outside Maggard, his three ball off. Bounces around. It's going to be rebounded by Alexander. So good start for the Lions on the offensive side. Have had multiple possessions on this one. Alexander going to go to work on Harrell and pass out to Main. Main now fakes the jumper from the elbow. Maggard going to work around on Keller. Keller hands off Alexander. Alexander will be picked up by Keller. They'll switch off. And now Alexander on the wing. Over to Maggard. He's going to shoot again. And this time it's good. Alexander gets his 3 points back. Excuse me, that's Maggard gets his 3 points back. And it's a good start here for the Lions. Panthers looking for a good offensive start. Harrell has it at the top of the key. Schrimmer, now Keller in the wing. They'll go down low. Voss, his left-hand shot is good. So Voss was a key to our game in the last game against the Panthers. Ended up not being one of the main contributors to scoring, and now in this one has started off being the main contributor. Schaefer loses it down low, and Keller going to come away with a steal. Keller bringing it down, passes off Schrimmer. Schrimmer back to Keller, over to Simmons. Now Harrell. They're running that 3-2 zone where Schaefer, Grant, and Alexander roam the top, and you have your smaller guys down low. Keller now out to Schrimmer. Schrimmer going to go baseline on Maggard. He passes back out to Voss. Voss guarded by Alexander. Maybe given some room, and Coach Heff going to tell him to restart. Keller will take it up to the tail of the Lion, and he'll work around to the far side. Keller to Harrell. Now Schrimmer down low. Schrimmer back up to Keller. Keller thinks about it, won't shoot. Simmons back to Keller. Over to Harrell. Harrell will shoot. His three ball. No good. Rebounded by Alexander. Schaefer now. He'll work inside on Harrell. Likes his matchup down low on Harrell. Instead, we'll pass it out to Maggard. Maggard's three ball is bang! On the money. Gage Maggard scores the first 6 for the Lions.
I don't know about you, Daryl, but I would start guarding him.
2 for 3 outside. Put a man on him. Don't disrespect him like that. Harrell up top. Back to Schrimmer. Now Keller in the corner. Down low, Voss. They like that matchup, and he's going to get the roll for another 2. So whatever play Coach Heff has lined up there has worked twice now, as they're able to get the ball inside to Voss. Maggard in the corner. He's guarded by Voss. They're looking to take up that same strategy that Riverton had so that Voss can roam the interior of the defense. However, with Maggard making 2 of those shots already, I don't know how good of a strategy that is. They're going to call a push foul here on Simmons. That'll be the second foul on the Colgan Panthers. First team foul for Simmons. They'll go over the top to Alexander. Alexander wide open. They'll transform back into a 2-3 zone. Schaefer works inside, passes out Maggard. Now Main in the corner. Main's 3 ball from the kid. No good. Schaefer going to tip that one out. It'll be bounced around, and Alexander will come up with the ball. They'll go down low Main. Main guarded by Simmons outside Alexander. He'll push around back to the top of the key. He'll pause now. Taking control of the ball. Voss guarding. He goes inside, passes down low Grant. Grant needs to go up strong. Outside Main in the corner. 3 ball, no good. This time rebounded by Simmons. Simmons passes off Schrimmer. He'll bring it up for the Panthers. Slow rolling down the court. Back to Simmons. Simmons now at the top of the key. Over to Keller. Keller on the wing. He'll bring it back up to the top of the key. Send Simmons out. Simmons gets it. They're going to go back up to Simmons. That was a fake out throw by Schrimmer. I thought he was passing down low. Harrell goes inside Simmons. He's not going to get his shot to go, but it'll be rebounded by Harrell. Harrell going to come down with the rebound and bring it outside. Schrimmer's shot. No good from the wing. Now Keller. Couple of offensive rebounds for the Panthers, giving them a couple opportunities on this side of the ball. Keller now outside Harrell. Harrell thinks about it, won't shoot. Simmons on the wing, back up to Harrell at the top of the key. He's going to go to work on Javen Alexander, gets a free rein to the basket, and he'll get fouled for an and one opportunity. So a miscommunication between Alexander and Maggard, And Harrell runs free to the basket, and now we'll get sent to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on Maggard, and it'll be the second team foul on the Baxter Springs. Shuri. I'm so sorry. It'll be the first team foul on the Baxter Springs Lions.
I really hope we're not in this lady's pictures.
Yeah. I got a friend who's from Canada. She says sorry all the time. That's where that was coming from, I guess. Harrell knocks down the free throw. Schaefer gets it, breaking the press. Got to be careful of the carry. He'll go inside right to the bucket. Good take, but can't get it to roll. Has a taped up finger. Wonder if that's hurting his shooting hand, Andy. As Adamson has it. Now Simmons. That is the younger Simmons, of course. Karsten Simmons. Harrell now. Guarded by Maggard. Maggard going to give him space on the wing. Adamson will get it up at the top. He'll call Simmons off. Simmons on the wing. Hands off to Schrimmer. Back to Harrell. Harrell, Schrimmer. Adamson in the corner. Inside Boss. Boss going to go right into the contact. That ball's going to be tipped around and rebounded by Grant. Good rebound by Jacob Grant. And he's going to go all the way down to the corner and pass up to Maggard. Over Schaefer. Thinks about the three, won't shoot. Passes off Abbott. Abbott's three ball from the wing. No good. Toilet Bowl's out. A couple of missed opportunities on the offensive side have led to the Panthers taking their lead. Adamson to Boss. Top of the key, Schrimmer. He'll work down low on Schaefer. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. We'll see who they call it on. It's going to be on Grant. They'll call him for the reach-in foul. 7-6 we stand. Panthers leading. Maggard with the only points in the game for the Lions. Hitting 2 3 balls. They'll pass into Schrimmer. He'll go over the shot. No good. Voss gets the rebound. Tries to fight through contact, but cannot. Schrimmer, no good on his shot. Neither is Voss. Schaefer comes down with the rebound, and the Lions have offense. Alexander in the corner. He's guarded by Voss. Trying to use his speed over Voss's size. He'll bring it back to the top of the key. Going to call for a screen from Grant. See if they like that matchup. Harrell guarding Alexander outside. Simmons. They'll get the switch. Panther team very good at switching. Playing a zone-style defense. Down low, Grant. He tries to go baseline on Voss. Voss says absolutely not. Maggard steps to the side. That shot way off. And Harrell comes down with the rebound. Minute 05 remaining in the first quarter. 7-6 to score. Good defense being played. Voss gets it down low. Good pass to Schrimmer. He'll go up. Kind of a weak foul call, but they're going to call it. And he'll get sent for an and one. That one's going to be called on Abbott. We're going to have some new entries for the Panthers. Looks like number 11, Brady Bettiga, just a freshman, will come in. Cooper Simmons will return to the game, as well as Gus Keller. Rebounded by Simmons. He goes down low, Schrimmer. Schrimmer back up top, Keller. Keller, Harrell. In the corner, Bettiga. Simmons. Schrimmer in the corner. Keller now to Harrell. Harrell on the wing. Back to Keller. Schrimmer going to go baseline. He'll pull up shot. Little floater is good. So he gets 4 points on that drive. Fouled, gets the rebound, and then makes his own shot. Alexander working down low. Now Maggard. Down to Grant. Grant going to like his matchup, and he'll take advantage of it. Going up and over Schrimmer, and he'll get his first points of the game. Also will shrink this lead to just 3. Keller driving through traffic into the charge. Logan Abbott forces the charge on Schrimmer. Takes the contact down low. Takes one for the team. That'll give the Lions the ball with 5 seconds remaining in the first. Excuse me, they're going to call that on Keller. I see that now. Good call. Need to put up a shot. Calls a travel. So, ref trying to do too much. Calls a travel at the end of the quarter after the buzzer blows. Speaking of the buzzer blowing, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 30 seconds here on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. 11-8 is the score. I believe the Panthers are going to get the ball first if the possession arrow is correct. That's something we need to start doing. I want to figure out a way to do possession arrows. Be easy to do. I just have to switch it all the time, and I don't think I'd remember. So, you could do it off the scoreboard.
I told you.
Because there is a possession arrow there, but there's not always possession arrows everywhere, so that creates a problem.
Yeah, like that, the old gym and
Yeah. The old gym serves no information besides time and score. And I love information, so that kind of bothers me. Panthers will start in the second quarter. 11-8 the score. They have the ball. Keller in the corner. Schrimmer works around. They'll go down low. Voss tipped around, so Keller has it outside. Keller now over to Harrell. Harrell's 3-ball from the wing. Slot, no good. Rebounded by Simmons down low. Simmons will go up, misses wildly. Voss gets the rebound. Harrell to Schrimmer. Won't shoot. Back to Harrell. They'll reset offense. Keller on the wing. Harrell on top of the key. Works around to the wing. Now Schrimmer in the corner. His 3-ball from the corner, way off. And rebounding is a problem for the Lions, as nearly all the Panthers' points have been on second chance opportunities. Coach Hibbler forced to call a timeout to talk about it. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back here to the action. Baxter Springs Sports Live. I'm Daryl McLeod. Alongside me, Sarah Gold. I don't think I've said my name this entire time. How about that?
It's
just not natural to say in conversation, if you know what I mean. Schaefer for the Lions. No points so far in this one. A dry first quarter for him. A pretty dry first quarter for most of the Lions. However, he's going to completely rescind what I said and get his first bucket of the match. 2 points for him. Been pretty spread out. Maggard with 6, Schaefer with 2, and Grant with 2. Alexander yet to get on the board, and neither has Isaiah Main. Isaiah Main's taken a 3 from outside. No good on that shot. And that is the scoring summary for the Baxter Springs Lions. They're going to transform their defense, put their bigs down low. They don't like that matchup where the bigs just of the Colgan are able to just get so many rebounds. Boss down low going to go to work on Grant. That post move no good. And they're going to say it's going to go off the hands of Baxter Springs last. So it'll be Panther basketball. Back in the corner, Schrimmer. That same play we see run with Schaefer so often. Going to work for the Panthers. And Schrimmer going to knock down the 3-ball. Schrimmer is such a lethal force in the last game against the Lions. Elbow shot from Maine, no good. Rebounded by Harrell. Good contest from Voss. Harrell has it at the elbow. Passes back, Schrimmer. Schrimmer now. Harrell way at the top slot. Adamson. Back to Harrell. Schrimmer now in the corner. He's guarded by Schaefer loosely. Running a 2-3 zone with the bigs roaming the low side. Main and Maggard going to guard up top. Panthers going to set up a little 1-4. Harrell. Going to take a jump shot. No good. Schaefer come down with the rebound. He's going to go right to work on Harrell. Get the pass down to Grant. Grant will go up and under. Misses that shot. Comes down with his own rebound and gets fouled down low. So he's going to get sent to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on Adamson. His first, I believe. And it'll be the first team foul on the Panthers in this quarter. 5:12 remaining. A 6-point lead for the Panthers. A chance to cut it to 4 if barring these free throws, of course. First free throw. It's a friendly roll. It's kind of a shocking sight to see only 3 Colgan cheerleaders.
There's normally 4. This is going to be too much information, but there's another blonde one. She's twins with the other blonde one. I used to do gymnastics with them. That's why I know.
Normally, if you ever go to a Colgan game, they're just lining the entrance to the stadium.
I don't know how many there are for football, but
man, there's a bunch. Too many to count. Back on offense is the Panthers. Simmons up top. Schrimmer. He'll go baseline on Alexander. A good move. Keller at the top. No good on the shot. Grant comes down with a good rebound. He'll bring it up for the Lions. Passes off to Alexander. 16-12 to score. Lions looking to get started. They're going to reassign positions. Maggard will get it over there as they set up the play. Shaver has it on the free throw. He's going to make a good move on Harrell. Try and spin around. Fadeaway shot is good. Schaefer playing bully ball down low on Tucker Harrell. Harrell has just signed and committed to Pittsburgh State University to play football. I believe he signed to play as safety. So a good future ahead of him at Pittsburgh State, going to become a gorilla. Always love to see that. Voss gets it down low. A neat little post move. Something we saw so often from Tarek Richardson in that last game against Riverton. The 1 pound to the right and the right hook. Seems so smooth for him there. Maggard in the corner. Cross court to Maine. Now Alexander brings around top of the key. Simmons guarding. He'll bring it near side. Over Maggard. Voss guarding him. He's going to try and go down low on the big man. Maine has it on the wing. He's guarded by Keller. Hands off to Alexander. Now Maggard. They'll go down low Grant. They like his matchup against Schrimmer. They're not going to like to take it. Alexander will get it in the corner. He's guarded by Voss now. This offense not working here for the Lions. Very stagnant so far. Alexander makes a good move. Takes to the rack. They're going to call a late charge. So that'll be Alexander's first. First foul for him. That shouldn't be a team foul. Or maybe they changed that rule too. I don't know. Bettiga has entered the game for the Panthers. Gus Keller will take a seat. Harrell crosses the line. Passes to Bettiga. Now Harrell, top of the key. Schaefer guarding. He'll take a jump shot from the elbow. That's good. Schaefer now takes it across the line himself. Alexander standing on the pause. Over to Maggard. Now Schaefer on the wing. He'll go down low. Grant. Little alley-oop to Grant. No good. Not enough control on the alley-oop. And Bettiga will throw up a shot from the wing. Excuse me, that's the baseline. And it'll be good. So 22-14 is the score. And Coach Hibbler going to be forced to take a timeout. So we'll take a quick timeout too. We're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live. Welcome back, everybody, here to the second quarter. 22-14 the score. Lions forced to take another timeout. They take a full one. So Hibbler left with one full and two normals. Normal, if that's the right word.
30-second?
30-second. That's what I'm looking for. 22-14 the score. Panthers stretching their lead out, extending away from the Lions. They've kept this game close so far, but the Lions have fallen just a little bit short on the offensive side, missing a couple shots. And the Panthers have taken advantage. And now they sit with an 8-point lead with just 2:20 remaining in the second. Coming up after the second quarter, we have the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance 4-State Agency halftime show. We'll take a look back at stats in the first half as well as keys to the game and a quick summary of how that first half went. Abbott going to completely lose it out of bounds. So costly turnover going to give Panthers the ball back. Another missed opportunity, another miscue for the Lions. And so the story of the season unfolds. Simmons to Schrimmer. Anthony Schrimmer has entered the game. Excuse me. I'm going to quick and make sure that is, in fact, yes, of course I'm right. That is Anthony Schrimmer. He's working the post. Jack Schrimmer. Now Tucker Harrell. Bettiga. On the wing, he's guarded by Maggard. They'll go inside Schrimmer. Schrimmer on top of the key. Now Simmons on the wing. Simmons back to Bettiga. Bettiga over to Tucker Harrell. Tucker Harrell standing on the S of Lions. Simmons thought about going down low, but won't. Schrimmer had a very good game so far, knocking down a couple trays, which has helped this Panther team get the lead. Playing a little bit of stall ball almost. Just the natural slow roll of the Panther offense. Harrell going to go to work on Maggard. Passes out Schrimmer, his 3-ball. No good. A good contest from both Abbott and Schaefer. Coach Heff going to call a timeout to get the ball back. So we'll keep it right here since only 30 seconds. Well, Sarah, we've had far. As we expected, we knew that both these teams were very good going into this one. We both knew that their last performance came down to the wire. And like last time, the first quarter started off a little bit slow. The team's not able to get going as fast as they would like. Maybe it's just because it's a Tuesday, or maybe it's just because both these defenses are so good. So we'll have to see how that unfolds here in the rest of the second, as there's just under a minute remaining.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to add a new key to the game. I think it's going to be rebounding.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Because a lot of this 8-point lead can be attributed to second chance points.
That and the little mistakes that have been made.
That's exactly right. Turnovers, very silly ones too. Not catching passes, throwing up silly shots.
Yep.
Just the slight miscues that a good basketball team shouldn't make. They'll go inside to Voss again, and Grant going to foul, so it'll be his second. So this offense by Coach Heff working very well against this Lion team. They keep getting that matchup that they like down low. Isaiah Main will enter the game. He'll come in for Grant, as Grant has his second foul. He'll take a seat for most likely the rest of the quarter. Simmons up top. Schrimmer now. Inside Keller. Keller. Schrimmer. Harrell in the corner. Won't shoot. Now Keller way outside. They're going to go for last shot. And this is where the shot clock would have been nice. Because, man, oh, man, I'm tired of watching this Panther be on offense. Basketball is meant to be a fast sport, not a pass sport. Although passing is one way to get in the game. It's no fun to watch a team drain the clock to 10 seconds. Keller working baseline. He's going to get fouled by Main. That'll be on the floor once again, so with just 7 seconds remaining. Honestly, a really good foul by Isaiah Main, as they're going to force an inbound pass instead of what would have been an easy shot down low for Keller. So Isaiah Main showing some wits down low. Harrell has it up top over to Keller. He fakes one way, goes Harrell. Harrell's 3-ball, no good. And that's going to end the second quarter. That almost went in.
No.
22-14 is the score here in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back right into the Leah Smith halftime show, and all here on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs. 1 in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org. At Spring River Mental Health and Wellness, they are focused on helping the mind and body. That's why they offer a full-service wellness center at the Riverton campus, equipped with a full basketball court and walking track, a variety of cardio equipment, functional fitness equipment, strength machines, and free weights. Members may access group fitness classes such as yoga, cardio, strength and tone, and more. Annual memberships and day passes are available, focusing on the mental and physical health of area families. That's Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more and for pricing, go to springriverwellness.org.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
We're coming right into it. Parker has a chance. He's only got $5. He's going for the next shot. Got to make it for the free throw line. Last attempt. Oh, just off. We had the young gentleman over there who won $50.
He made almost every shot first try.
He made his layup. The only one he missed was the free throw. He missed the free throw first try, and then he stepped back 3-point line, sunk it, and then he absolutely drained his first half-court shot. So thank you to Clayton Holmes Joplin Center Super Center for helping support those two young gentlemen there, helping them get some money. Of course, supporting the after prom here. They bought some raffle tickets, so we're able to help support them just a little bit. And if you're sitting at home watching the Lions right now, maybe you should go and buy a raffle ticket. Maybe that's what you need to do. Help support this after prom. The parents putting it on are having a tough time. I don't know that. I'm just guessing. It's always tough to put on an after prom, man. It goes a lot of work. My mom did one once. I've never seen such a stressed out person. She does weddings, so like that really speaks volumes, if you know what I mean. 22-14 is the score here in Baxter Springs. It's been a tough one so far for the Lions. It doesn't seem like they can get anything going on the offensive side. However, Jacob Grant has 4 points. Schaefer matches that with 4. And Gage Maggard has 6, the top scorer on the team right now. So we're looking for them to come out in the second half and start shooting a little bit better. Start making their shots, if you know what I mean. It's been... Sweet Caroline. Yeah. It's been kind of rough offensively for them. However, the Panthers have done very well offensively. They started a little bit slow in the first, but have come out in that second quarter and drew their lead to 8 points. That was a quick little look back at stats and the first half. As we're here in Leah Smith Farmers Insurance 4-State Agency halftime show. Once again, thank you to them so much for sponsoring us, allowing us to come out and do our endeavors here at Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh. We're not in Pittsburgh. We're in Baxter Springs, Kansas.
So close.
I forget where I'm at every now and then. It's all right. It's not a big deal. Well, Sarah, we talked before the game how these Lions really need to just come out, start out hot, and stay hot.
And they did. They came out hot. They had, a 6-point lead at one point?
Yes.
Maybe not 6 points, but they had the lead. And then after those first initial 6 points, it went downhill.
Yep.
It looked like all momentum was lost. They started going down on the roller coaster. So hopefully this second half they can, like I said in the first half, start high and just keep going. I mean, they're not down by much. You can always come back.
And when you think about it, how they're only down by 8, have shot not very good. That obviously speaks volumes to how their defense is playing.
Yeah.
But don't expect the Colgan Panthers to not make adjustments going into the second half. They're obviously going to change up how they play, and they're going to start playing better. So look for that.
For me, from this perspective, the Lions have been doing better against the zone-ish offense or defense that the Panthers, oh my gosh, too many cats,
yeah,
have been playing. So if they come out and play that zone defense, then they really, really need to attack that and score, because that's where they've gotten most of their points. But once the Panthers go back into that man defense, it's like they don't know how to play.
That's right. That man defense, very tough, because the Panthers so well trained, so good at switching, and obviously so well experienced, as their 5 starters are all seniors, and no one comes out on the floor besides Bettiga now, who is a freshman. So that is their youngest player that's played. But disregarding that, we mostly see seniors out on the court, and they're so good at switching off ball. Screens don't really work against them, and that's really a huge Lion man beater, is when they are able to run a screen-based offense as they re-enter the court here.
And the Lions can't hang their heads right now. They've got to have some type of motivation to come out in the second half and take the ball to the hoop. They can't just give up. And like you said earlier, they've got to rebound. They've got to have second chances.
That's right. On the offensive side, they haven't done too bad, especially at the start of the game when they were hot. Gage Maggard came out and hit those 2 threes, and it seemed like the Lions were rolling. They were getting offensive rebounds, getting stops on defense, and then just slowed down. Train came off the tracks, or the roller coaster went downhill. Any euphemism, metaphor you want to use, they just stopped playing good basketball.
Yep. They gave up.
Costly turnovers. They've had missed shots, missed opportunities, and the defensive side has started to lack as well, especially when you're speaking on offensive rebounds for the Panthers. Panthers have come away with several second chance points already in this game.
And whenever you have mistakes, you've got to have short-term memory. No matter what sport you're playing, once you make a mistake, let it go. Make up for it. Either you foul, you make the next shot you take.
Yep. Like a good coach once told me, you always got to have amnesia. And please go.
You can think about it after the game, just not during.
That's right. When you're watching film with coach, that's when you review how you played the game. But while you're in it now, brush off the mistake. You got to have a thick skin, if you will, you're going to play a sport, especially a fast-paced sport like basketball. Basketball, you have to come down, make a quick play, and then go back. Got to be over in those few seconds it takes you to run from one length of the court to the other. Well, that's a kind of a recap of everything that's happened here in that first half. Coming up in the second half, Panthers lead 22-14. I believe the Baxter Springs Lions going to get the ball to start, so we'll get to see them on offense. And I believe however they score on that first possession is really going to set the tone for the rest of the half, so to speak. Expected a larger scoring half, obviously. Both teams getting more comfortable out on the floor. So whenever they come out and are ready to play, whenever both teams are ready to get going, we'll get going with them. That's just going to about wrap up the halftime show because it looks like both teams are just about ready to go. That halftime show was brought to you by Leah Smith, Farmers Insurance 4-State Agency. Serving Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, Leah and her team have the products, services, and experience you're looking for. Give them a call today and see why they are more than just insurance. Only a few seconds remaining until that second half. Lions trying to improve to 8-7. Panthers trying to improve to 13-2. Both very good seasons for both teams. However, the Lions would like to break out of the 500 territory and finally get back on the winning side of things. Panthers looking to extend their so far dominant season, as they've only faced a couple of losses so far. That'll break away from halftime and get us started. Schaefer will cross the line, and Harold's going to pick him up guarding. They're going to start out in that man defense. Grant gets it on the elbow. He'll hand off to Schaefer, fakes the handoff. It goes right inside over. Misses the first shot. So if that's what's to speak of the rest of the second half, I'm not going to like it. Simmons on the wing. Lions running a 2-3 zone with Jacob Grant roaming the middle. Rimmer down in the corner. Harold going to take a deep three. It's no good. Huss gets an easy rebound down low. Misses the first shot. Misses the second shot. Alexander going to come away with the rebound. Maggard pushing ahead for the Lions. He'll stop at the wing. Gets the ball poked out by Harold. Harold looks like he took a little shot to the jaw. Be Lion basketball to inbound from down low. Alexander will get that one. Maggard now. He'll pull up from three-point range, and it's good! Here we go with our hot start.
He's got to keep shooting those, especially when they're uncontested.
That's exactly right. If they're not going to guard him outside, there's absolutely no reason for him not to shoot, especially if he's making at this volume. Schrimmer to Keller. Keller on the wing. Pass back Harrell. Now Schrimmer on the wing as well. He'll go baseline. Pull up floater. No good. Rebounded by Schaefer. Schaefer going to get doubled, and it's poked away by Keller. They're going to call a jump ball, so it'll be Panther basketball. So there's another silly turnover for the Lions. That'll give the ball right back to the Panthers. They get a stop on defense and then immediately lose it. Schrimmer in the corner. Harrell now to Keller. Simmons. Keller. Corner three. It's good. Maggard has it. They'll go down low Grant. Inside Maggard. Pull up floater. No good. So another missed shot from inside. Keller loses it. Tight defense played by Maine. Now Harrell back to Keller. Keller going to go baseline. He's starting to heat up now. And they're going to call a foul on Schaefer. That's his first team foul. Keller bricks the first free throw. Second free throw is good. 10-point lead. First double-digit lead of the game. Alexander passes ahead to Maggard. Maggard going to go inside to Grant. Grant going to get fouled on the way up. And so he's going to get two shots. First free throw from Grant is good. 5 points in the game for Jacob Grant. 5 points in the game. And the game for Gant. That's 6. So I wrote down 6 instead of a 2. Anyways. Harrell now standing on the paws of the line. He'll pass back and forth. Tries to roll inside. Schrimmer on the baseline. Now Harrell back to Schrimmer. He'll go baseline this time. Pulls up floater. And he's going to get fouled on the shot. Once again. Still a 10-point lead here. Maggard looking to cut it to 7. Shot's no good. So shooting's been the problem for the Lions. A couple of costly turnovers, but that can't speak volumes to how their shooting percentage has been. It's been flat out terrible. Harrell, 3 ball no good. Be rebounded by Grant. Grant passes ahead to Alexander. Alexander a 2-on-1. He'll pass down off the foot of Maine. Ball's on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. So it'll be Lion basketball. Another silly turnover.
It's like whenever they get in a rush, they freak out and they turn it over.
But then they go slow, and they lose the ball, turn over, get complacent.
Yep.
Maine fakes the wing 3, past the corner Schaefer. Down low Maine. Cross court Alexander. Baseline now to Schaefer. Alexander will shoot a corner 3. It's good. Alexander gets on the board. First points of the match. It'll be 3 points for him. Keller now working around. He'll pass back up top of the key. Harrell. Harrell to Schrimmer. 7-point game. Third quarter. Harrell looking to make it 10 with a deep 3, and he does. Shooting from way beyond the arc. And he's going to extend that lead back up to double digits. Schaefer now looking to answer. Grant is going to back down Schrimmer. And if that section right there of play doesn't really exemplify how the Lions have been playing and this stretch of the season, then I don't know what does. A missed pass, and then 2 Lions collide at the Lion at center court. Alexander at the free throw line backs out. He'll go inside Schaefer, who passes to no one. Silly, silly, silly turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say. You can go ahead and get in the pond if you're going to act like a silly goose. Keller to Harrell. Harrell going to take a wing 3. No good. And they're going to call a foul down low. I believe it's going to be on Voss. It will. So a chance for the Lions to pick it back up on offense. They're getting stops on the defensive side, but they cannot control their offensive play right now. Alexander takes it cross court. He sends Maine over. Lions back in a man-style defense. Excuse me, the Panthers. Schaefer goes down low Maine. Maine puts up the shot. Way off. And Coach Hibbler is upset. Keller goes inside Voss. Voss spin move outside Simmons. Now Schrimmer. Schrimmer to Keller. Keller fakes one way, goes another. Passes out Schrimmer. Schrimmer goes inside. He'll do a little floater. No good. Rebounded by Grant. Tough rebound for Jacob Grant. He'll bring it up the floor. Now Maine. Cross court Alexander. Fakes one way, goes inside. Behind the back, outside Maggard. Maggard, chance to get another 3. No good. Voss comes down with the rebound and passed ahead to Keller. It'll be poked out of bounds last by Keller. Ref makes a good decision. Thinks about calling it Lions way and then goes back.
You mean Panthers?
Yeah.
Like I said,
Too many cats, man. Too many cats. Battle of the feline here. Alexander. Gonna go to work on Simmons. Has it in the corner. Passes back Grant. Grant now on the wing. Fakes one way. He's gonna take it inside on Schrimmer. No shot. Foul's gonna be on the floor. Schrimmer gonna pick up another foul. And that'll be his third. So Schrimmer going to have to take a seat, which is good news for the Lions as he's been a scoring force. Up top, Alexander. He goes to work on Adamson. Passes cross to Schaefer. Schaefer will take a 3-ball. It's no good. So the shooting woes continue. Simmons to Adamson. Harrell. Bettiga to Simmons. Adamson now. Over to Bettiga. Inside Simmons. Simmons. Passes outside Harrell. Deep three for Harrell. No good. Be rebounded by the Panthers. Stolen away by Schaefer. They're going to call a jump ball. So it'll remain with the Panthers. You know, I'm fed up. You know that commercial that we have? I'm fed up. I'm going to play it on our next break.
I'm fed up. We're fed up.
We're fed up.
The one about children's hunger.
Well, I'm fed up right now as Jack Schrimmer hits another 3. And our Lions can't get nothing going. They're not going to put that 3 up on the scoreboard, though, which is nice.
Don't do it.
It is 34-21 right now instead of 31-21. Ah, dang it, they fixed it. Boo. Boo.
That lady's really nice. You shouldn't boo her.
I know, she was. She was really nice to me when I came up and talked to her one time.
One time, every time?
No, I've only talked to her once.
Oh.
I asked her for a pencil. She gave me some candy.
Did she actually?
Yes.
You didn't share it?
It was a single Snickers. And it wasn't one of the big bars either. It was like one of those really tiny bite-sized ones.
When did that happen?
Very first game.
That's actually so rude of you.
Ah, well. Harrell on the wing. Down low Schrimmer. He's going to go to work. Passes out Voss. Now Harrell going to reset the offense.
You know what they should do whenever the opponent goes down on the baseline? They should trap them. What do you think?
I'm sure the thought has occurred. Grant comes down with the rebound. That's going to be definite foul on Simmons. You know, I feel like one of the problems we have on this Lions team is depth. Just watching the Panthers play right now, they've got so many kids coming off the bench at every chance. So many of them rotate in and out.
That is true.
And all of them are pretty old, too. They've got experience, not freshmen like we have rotating in and out on our team.
That is true. I'll give you that. I just don't know why, like, in past games, we've seen Logan Abbott, Caleb Grant rotate in. I don't know why Caleb Grant hasn't rotated in. If you were looking for depth and getting freshness.
And that's one thing I think the Lions suffer from is later in the game, their shooting percentage sucks.
And I mean, you have a 6-foot freshman too, so it's not like height's the problem.
And obviously you make mistakes as a young lad. I made mistakes as a young lad. Heck, I make mistakes now.
But what are you going to do? You're going to learn from them.
Exactly. And I think when you're 7-7, you know,
you got some learning to do.
There's obviously a point where it comes to, all right, something's not working. It's working half the time, where they get by on their just pure skill. Like Maggard there, coming away with the steal, coming down and making the layup. But yeah, a few of those games by the Lions won on just pure skill. Keller weaving through defense, trips on the Lions, and gets sent to the free throw line.
Really good on Maggard's part to speed up the game just a little bit. He was kind of getting, what do you call that word? Monotone, but not monotone. What's that word?
It was very meh.
Well, yeah, that's another word, but very slow, moderate.
Conditioning has a huge impact on both teams. Obviously, these starters for the Lions have not come out yet. Well, it's going to be Panthers ball, but there's 0.2 seconds remaining. They're going to try an alley-oop play to Schrimmer. I'm calling it, right? That's what they're going to do. He's not going to dunk it, obviously, but he's going to put it in. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you that right now.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that better be the end. Schaefer says absolutely not to that inbound play. 35-25 to score. A 10-point lead here for the Panthers. As we're going to end the third quarter, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, fourth quarter action on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up. We're fed up. I am fed up with the Lions' performance right now. I don't know if I'm just tired, if it's a Tuesday, if I had class all day, and that's what's making me mad. But man, oh man, I'm getting tired of how the Lions are playing. That's just from a standpoint. Now, I got to understand that I am here, standing off the court, behind a camera. So I understand it's not easy what they're doing.
And it's been since freshman year you played basketball?
I play at the Y.
For me, it's been since freshman year.
I'd argue that the Y is a lot tougher competition than what we're seeing.
That is true, because you're playing against, what, like 30-year-olds?
D2 basketball players.
Yeah.
X, of course. X D2.
Yeah.
A lot of them have had kids and beer since then, so it creates a belly of sorts. Anyways, I am fed up right now with the performance that the Lions have had in these last few games. It just feels like that spark that they had at the start of the season is just gone. This Maggard's going to get called for a carry.
And Isaiah Main makes that shot. But it doesn't count.
Of course. That's how it works, you know. Well, with just 7:30 remaining in the game, the Lions have kept it close the entire time. But I'd like to see them start making shots on the offensive side of the ball. If our next drive ends in a turnover, I'm just gonna scream into I'm gonna like that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm making a promise right now because I'm sick and tired of it. I'm fed up, if you know what I mean. Simmons outside. Schrimmer now. He's gonna reset, and the Colgan Panthers gonna go into the old classic. Oh, I forget their old coach's name. God, it's been centuries since he's coached. Or maybe that's just how old he was. But it was always a stall offense. Gosh.
I don't know his name.
Cheon, that's his name. And he always ran a stall offense at the end of the game. He ran a stall offense in the first quarter. It didn't matter if he was trailing or not. His offense was, okay, swing the ball. Gosh, it was annoying. Boring to watch, too. He could have the best athletes on his team, and he'd still stall. It was annoying. Coach said we're going to take a 30-second timeout, but I'm not done with my rant, so I'm going to continue. It was annoying up until about 2 years ago when Coach Heft took over, and they've started playing a much more fast-paced offense. And obviously this team has grown into it. because this whole starting five, everyone that was just on the floor was all seniors. So they've had time to grow and age with it. They have a senior who's injured, unable to play right now. That'd be Connor Van Beetsler. So obviously they have 6 seniors on their team who have all grown the past 4 years into this offense. Obviously creates a very good squad, and now they're raising the next age of players with the likes of Anthony Schrimmer, Bettiga, Adamson, and the younger Simmons, Carson Simmons. So this basically what I'm saying is the Panthers are good. And that's not going to stop for the next couple years. Although next year probably will be a down year, as they have everyone on the court right now will be not on the court in fall 2024.
And that's nothing to say that the Lions aren't as good, because they could be. They have the potential.
Way deep pass to Alexander. He goes up on the contact. Gets fouled, so he'll get sent to the free throw line. Needs to knock down these. It's come to a point where offense is just at an all-time low. And he makes the first.
An ATL, not Atlanta.
Not Atlanta. No, that is all-time low. Alexander's second free throw is good. So they're back within 8.
I'm glad they're making their free throws tonight.
Yeah. Man, I don't want to have to harp on that again. Schrimmer to Harrell. Keller on the wing. He's guarded by Maggard. Simmons given a lot of room by Maine. Now Keller. That's a pretty weak call, just to say it bluntly.
What do they call a push?
On Maine. Maine must have got a little too handsy, I guess. Coach Heff going to call a timeout. We'll take a quick break. 5:50 remaining in the fourth. When we come back, you're watching Baxter Springs Sports.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back, everybody, to the action here on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Of course, we're down. Of course. Well, we're going to run with audio here for just a second. When I try and get it fixed, they're going to call a block. And I got to figure out what's going wrong.
They know you'll get the message across.
Stolen away. Harrell takes it all the way to the bucket. Okay, what could possibly be going wrong here? That's what happens. I complain. I complain and everything starts going downhill. That's how it works. Hopefully this works. We'll see here in just a few seconds. Alexander knocks down the 3 ball. So a 9-point lead here for the Panthers. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully you guys can see that now. I apologize for it being down for the longest time. Thank you for texting whoever that is and letting them know. I appreciate that because that helped us get back on air. So thank you very much for that. Without you guys watching and letting us know what we're doing wrong, well, we have no hopes in this world because I can only see so much on my end. Whereas I can only see so much on my end, so thank you once again for helping us out. I always appreciate it. Viewers make everything possible. Without a viewer, there's no point of us being here, so thank you guys for that. Helping us out always. Lions trying to get something going. They're going to call it charge. Negative gets the charge call with 4:34 remaining, a 9-point lead, and this could be swung another way as that one's on Schwimmer, and that'll be his 4th of the match. So a potential fight back here for the Lions, trying to claw back into it. Schaefer catches him off guard and goes all the way to the bucket. He'll spin around on Harrell, and he's going to make the bucket. So 7-point lead. And here come the Lions. Over 4 minutes remaining. I do have to admire that for the Lions. Although these starters have played every single minute in this game so far, they're still playing tough to the very end. 4:06 remaining. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the fourth quarter on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
At Spring River Mental Health and Wellness, they are focused on helping the mind and body. That's why they offer a full-service wellness center at the Riverton campus, equipped with a full basketball court and walking track, a variety of cardio equipment, functional fitness equipment, strength machines, and free weights. Members may access group fitness classes such as yoga, cardio, strength and tone, and more. Annual memberships and day passes are available, focusing on the mental and physical health of area families. That's Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more and for pricing, go to springriverwellness.org.
Welcome back here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. 39-32 the score. Coach Heff takes a timeout, so we'll see if that changes the outcome of this game. Gives our players a much-needed break as they're running on fumes out there. But maybe fumes is what they need because they started hitting shots. Alexander hits a 3 and Maggard gets a steal. And just like that, they're back to a 7-point game.
It's all the little momentum. That's what they needed.
That's exactly right. Got to stride with that momentum whenever they can. They're playing quick on defense now. Bettiga loses the ball and tries to pass down low to Voss. Rolls around. It's going to go off the leg of Bettiga. A good play by Jacob Grant. Throws it back in. Uses his long arms. The long reach of Jacob Grant. And just like that, another turnover on the Panthers. Schaefer hands off to Maggard. Maggard now works around to the wing. Back up Schaefer. Fakes the handoff to Maggard. He's going to work down low on Harrell. Throws up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Simmons. So another missed opportunity for the Lions. Keller going to go quick. He works inside. Passes out Harrell. Harrell now. Back to Simmons. Simmons will go down low. Outside Harrell. Simmons. Keller. Keller working down low. Gets inside on Maggard. And he's going to secure the bucket. Back up to a 9-point lead. Lions need to score here if they hope to stay in. Alexander going to take a top of the key 3. No good. So another miscue by the Lions offense. Panthers with a chance to extend. Keller. Going to be taken away by Alexander. Alexander swipes inside and pokes it out of bounds. It's been a slow game up until this point, and now we're starting to play quick. Keller goes inside all the way to the bucket. Looked like he tried to slam it down. He's going to get fouled, though, and sent to the free throw line. Schwimmer has re-entered the game. He's in foul trouble with 4. Alexander gets his 3rd there. Panthers have 4 team fouls, 2 timeouts. The Lions have 2 timeouts and 2 team fouls. 41-32 is the score. Keller sinks the first free throw. So they're back up to their 10-point lead. Schwimmer takes a seat. Keller's second free throw is good. Alexander will bring it up for the Lions. He's started to get hot late in this one, and we need him now more than ever. Schaefer going to go to work on Simmons. Hands off Maggard. Maggard will go inside, picked up by Voss. He'll pass out Maine. Maine going to work on Keller, gets the break on him, but back out to Maggard. No time to sit around and wait. Gets a screen from Grant, and they're going to call a foul on Keller. So we'll have to see how many fouls he's gotten this one. I believe it's just 3. It is. So no real trouble yet for him as we reach 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth. However, that is going to be the 15th foul, so Maggard will get sent to the free throw line. He's got a chance to sink it down to single digits. Chance to bring the lead back down to 9. Makes his first. Schrimmer re-enters the game. Second. Maggard having a great game here in Baxter Springs. He's been all over the floor, both offensively and defensively, racking up 13 points and has forced a couple of charge calls and had a couple of steals. Schrimmer now working on Schaefer. He'll go way down to the bucket. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Voss. Outside Keller. Won't shoot. Harrell goes inside to Schrimmer. Won't make the shot again. And another offensive rebound for the Panthers. Keller goes inside baseline. And that foul will be on the floor. Maine took a little shot to the side of the head. Looks like he's going to walk it off and be fine. But Panthers will have it down low with under 2 to go. Harrell gets it down low, goes right into the contact of Alexander and sinks it. Schaefer going fast for the Lions. They're going to call a foul. So that'll send Schaefer to the free throw line. I'm usually in favor of fouls called on the opposing team, but I got to say that one was a little tacky. That was going to be on, I believe, Harrell. It will. That's his second. Harrell, a very disciplined player. I've never seen a game where he's fouled out. Schaefer to the free throw line. Chance to go back down to 9-point lead. Makes his first. He's got just 7 in this one. Makes the second. He's got 8 now. Well, now they're going to lose a good defense from Alexander. Passed ahead, poked out of bounds by Simmons. So another lost ball after a huge chance. And they go down low, rebounded by Voss once again, and Alexander going to get called with the foul. Well, I missed some points somewhere because my stat sheet does not add up to 36.
That happened last game, too.
Ah, well.
You're not reliable.
I get so caught up in the game that I stop keeping stats. That foul was on the floor. They'll go up top, Harrell. Alexander now has 4 fouls. If Harrell was smart here, he'd go right to the basket and attack Alexander. Intercepted by Maggard. Maggard going to take it all the way to Buck. How did they not call foul on that? So the ball goes loose. It'll be Lions ball down low. And Schrimmer going to take a seat. I was lying. My stat sheet adds up to 36.
You just don't know how to count.
Alexander outside 3 ball. No good. Looked good for where I stood. But that's going to make it ever more difficult to get back in this one. Tight defense being played by Maine. Keller now takes off towards the bucket. He goes right into Alexander. Alexander smartly backs off, gets the rebound, and he's going to slow down and take it out. They got to go quick, though. Down by 9. Schaefer gets it outside. He needs to take it into the rack. They're going to call a foul. I believe it'll be on Harrell. So that'll send Schaefer to the free throw line. A chance to shrink it down to a 7-point lead. They're going to need good defense and a couple of stops if they're going to get back into this one, as 7 points, barring the free throws, separates them from a victory. I jinxed him. Yep. That's on me, guys. I am sorry. Even number deficits are better than odd anyways. No one ever cared about odd deficits. Down by 8's be better than being down by 7 anyways.
They're not.
There it is. Down by 8. Simmons trying to inbound. That's going to be 5. They're going to call a timeout first. I thought they had the 5-second call, but Coach Heft's going to use one of his last 2 timeouts. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a break. You're watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
One in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Fourth quarter, 38 seconds separates the Lions from an upset victory. 8 points. And an inbound play here from the Panthers. Tired, blood, sweat, and tear left on the court. And just 38 seconds left. Schrimmer inbounds Simmons. Hands back off to Schrimmer. Tries to get trapped in the corner, but Schrimmer gets by. Schrimmer going to get ahead and be fouled by Maine. So Maine going to pick up the foul. Alexander tried to foul. Good thing they didn't call on him, as that would have been his 5th, and he'd have been out. That's OUT out. Also, I lied to you guys. I'm missing 6 points somewhere. So 6 points have been scored by someone, and I'm not going to be able to give credit to them, which I feel bad. Much remorse. Much remorse. I can tell you one for sure is Schaefer, as I didn't get his last free throws. Hands off Maggard. They got to take shot. Got to take a shot. They're going to miss it down low. That's going to, well, we thought it was going to wrap up that one, but I think they're going to say back off and let these last 11 seconds roll out. So it's going to end just about in the fashion that the last one did, with the Lions being so close, yet so far, unable to finish out and get the victory. Harrell misses the first. Galena going to come to town Friday night. We're going to be here for you guys live on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Lions looking to get a redemption match against a team that they probably should have beat earlier this year. Poked away by Keller, and that's going to be the end of this one. 48-37, the final score. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill post-game show on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? Look no further than Wolker Drug, your hometown pharmacy in Baxter Springs. Locally owned and rooted in our community, check out their large selection of everything you need to keep your family happy and healthy. You can even print your photos at Wolker Drug. Take advantage of their convenient drive-thru or local delivery with Wolker's Smart Cars. For seniors, Wolker offers free Medicare Part D consultations. Wolker Drug, where your health and community come together in Baxter Springs. Check us out online at wolkerdrug.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back, everybody. Baxter Springs Sports Live. We're going to enter our post-game show here. Tough matchup there for the Lions. They were looking to get a win, get back into the win column. Instead, they're going to drop below 500. But that's nothing to fear, as they got... Sorry, watching this little escort going on, this little pickup game between the players, and whoever that little girl is out there, man, she does not care. She crossed up that poor little kid and swatted one. Man, she's going off. I'd like to see her in a few years playing basketball for the Lions. Anyways, tough game there for the Lions. They're looking to get back a win as the Galena Bulldogs are going to come back here. They're looking to get back to 500. Unfortunate loss, but these things happen. You pick yourself up and you move on.
You learn from it and you move on. That's all you can do.
The Panthers have a ton of depth, and the good thing for the Lions is this Panthers team is someone they'll never have to play against again.
Yep.
This is the last time that they're going to play against these Panthers for the rest of this season, because the Panthers do not play in our division of A, however Keisha lines it up.
Sub-state? Or not?
They won't play in our sub-state. So it's the last time we'll visit the Panthers. For the Panthers, they're going to move on to 13-2 and continue their good season. But for the rest of the year for the Baxter Springs Lions, it's an uphill climb. I expect them to do good, though. Coach Hibbler going to come out, find some offense that's going to work, because the last few weeks have just been slow on offense for the Lions. And it's just a shooting slump right now, to tell you the truth. That's really the only problem they've been having is, on the offensive side, they just can't get it done right now. And all that is a slump. They're going to be fine. Don't you worry, folks. Anybody watching right now, they're going to be A-okay. Schaefer's going to start hitting threes from outside on offense, and Maggard's not going to slow down where he's at right now. Alexander's going to keep going on the pace that he's going. He's going to start taking it inside more, and Grant's going to be more forceful on the offensive rebounds. They're just in a slump right now, so no need to worry whatsoever. Our Lions will be back. Look at stats. Jacob Grant had 6 points. Schaefer had 10. Maggard had 14. That's 13. And Alexander had 8. Of course, I'm missing 6 points, so I'm going to rewatch this one and correct my stat sheet as I go. But that's how everything shapes up in this one. We're going to wrap it up there. That was the Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub post-game show. The perfect post-game stop. Refuel after the big game with Bricks and Brews delicious wood-fired pizza and mouth-watering appetizers. Plus, don't miss live music and more. Bricks and Brews Wood-Fired Grill and Pub, a taste bud trip down Route 66. Go catch them now before they close and get yourself some dinner. Much deserved, much needed, especially for our players out on the court. Well, that's going to wrap it up here from Baxter Springs. Another tough loss for the Lions, but look for them to get back on Friday. We'll have that action here on Baxter Springs Sports Live. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all the sponsors. I love you, Mom. And good night from Baxter Springs.
You've been watching Baxter Springs Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by Thanks for watching, and remember to catch every second of the action right here on Baxter Springs Sports Live.